Hello, and welcome to Thriving on the Spectrum, the podcast dedicated to empowering and supporting young adults with autism on their journey towards a fulfilling life. I'm your host, Arpita Mohan, and together we'll explore invaluable insights, expert advice, and personal stories that shed light on the unique opportunities and challenges young adults with autism encounter. So, if you're a parent, caregiver, friend, or ally, join us as we explore possibilities to help young adults with autism thrive. Today, as part of our series on meaningful engagement, we are joined by the mother and son duo, Veena Naren and Varun Naren. Varun is a 23-year-old young adult with an infectious smile and a great sense of humor. He's an artist, a doodler, a photographer, a baker, a coder, a lifelong learner, and a passionate teacher. He's also diagnosed with FragileX syndrome, a single gene cause of autism. Veena, Varun's mother, has been a special educator way before Varun was born and has been volunteering at different special schools and for children with lower socioeconomic background. She helps Varun with his different businesses. She's also a parent resource for FragileX and other disabilities. Hi, Varun and Veena. We are really excited to have you on today's episode.
Thank you.
Yes.
As part of the introduction, there were so many things that were listed for Varun, and it really looks like he's pursued so many different interests. So, my first question is to Varun. Varun, what all have you pursued so far?
I have pursued lot of drawing, lot of painting, lot of sketching, lot of other things I've been doing. I've been practicing my coding with Gautam sir and other teachers who helped me improve so much.
I love that. And what have you loved the most?
I love the most when my mom tells me I'm so happy and cheerful and always chuckle a bit in my head.
I love that. That sounds awesome. I mean, I guess the next part is to Veena technically because Veena, like it sounds like he's done so much, and really there must be a lot of support that's coming from you. So I really want to know what all you've done to really support his ventures and really pursue these different interests too.
Thank you for inviting us. Um, I think I owe a lot of credit to Varun because it's
Definitely.
Varun who's at least continuously doing, despite us giving him all the exposure. I think it is his hard work that has really paid off because he's really diligent. Yes, sometimes he does come up with things like, why am I doing all this? But I think that is like every other kid or young adult. So, I think Varun has always loved sketching as a kid also. So even at school, he would either be doodling, and a lot of times teachers would say, "Oh, he's not paying attention," and they would ask a question and he would answer. So I think doodling was always in him, and it I think was also a way of overcoming his anxiety because he never wanted to look at people and answer them. He would rather listen to what was being told and he would answer. So I think that is where we took off from, and the artist in him, would just allow us to give him just ideas to draw what he wanted, and slowly he developed this knack of drawing caricatures. As he grew older, and I just saw that he was so good with it, and then we started just making these small things, and friends would say, "Oh, why don't you sell this to me? Oh, I would love something of this." And that took us forward towards getting his products made, and um, somewhere that path just grew naturally and organically for us. um, and art just became a medium for him. He was upset, he would draw. He was happy, he would draw. It could be anything, whether coloring or drawing. But I think art helped him just cope with a lot of his anxieties that he had, and which still helps him today also.
No, that sounds absolutely beautiful. And I've always wanted to be good at art, so I might just go to one of Varun's classes too. I think it would be really nice to learn from him. But really, I mean, like, it sounds, you mentioned the point about, like social anxiety factors like that. I mean, I mean, like, pandemic was one of the times when all of us were sort of back at home, and we didn't really have that opportunity to be in person with people. So I'm really curious to know, like, how did the pandemic shape up to be like this turning point for Varun as well in his pursuit?
I think the pandemic did wonders for Varun. We would always joke around at home that Varun was a brand ambassador of social distancing. And I think it just worked so well for us. And we started a few classes, online. And for him, it's always he likes his personal space. And I think that just helped because I could just be away because the screen was so close to him, but still people were far away from him. And that helped him learn better because he just knew that he had his distance, but I think he just attended very well to all the sessions, and it just worked so well for him that we started with something small, and then we said, okay, let's explore art. And similarly, photography also happened similarly. He's been doing online photography for the past 3 years, and he's done very well, or coding for that matter. Even coding, I think everything that he's doing now is all online. And I think he's really enjoyed, is what I presume. And even the baking class, he has taken classes for different people. He started doing online teaching, and teaching he has been very, very passionate about. So I think that also helped him. He realized that I can be far away from the audience but still interact with them. So I think that really helped him a lot.
That sounds really great. And I'd really love to hear from Varun too on that. Varun, what do you like about online classes?
Yeah, I like online classes because when I'm starting new things, I tell myself I should never say I'm gonna give up soon. I should never give up soon. I should tell myself I should never give up and start new habits in my life and start new things.
That sounds so beautiful. That really sounds good. I wish I was good as you to kind of run these classes as well online. I think I'm not that good. But no, it's so nice to hear that as well. I guess my next question's to you as well, Varun. Like, you sound like you've done so many things, right, so far. So what do you want to try out next in the future?
I want to try acting some things and learn to be actor one day and start my own show and prepare my life for new things.
I love that. Who's your favorite actor?
Fallon, Kendrick, all the actors I like.
I love that. No, that's awesome. So yeah, I think
He's an
that's a really
American at
nice.
heart. He's an American at heart.
I love that. No, I wish I had that skill as well, but no, that's really beautiful. And I think, yeah, I'm excited to see your next pursuit as an actor and see what that looks like as well. I think it'd be really nice to see that. I want to like ask you more questions, Veena, to just like understand how it's been with helping Varun pursue all these different interests, and just to chat a bit more. I think we spoke a lot about like his art side, doodling and things like that, but even taking it a step back over these several years, starting from from his school to how he like grew up to like identify this. If you can talk us through that journey as well, like, it would be lovely.
Yeah, sure. So Varun was going to a regular school, um, not a special needs school, till about third standard, and we just realized he was performing okay, and but we there were issues coming up because as the grades got higher, you do struggle with a lot of things, and we just my husband and I decided, what are we doing? We are just ruining the way he's growing, because we want him to grow and feel happy of what he's learning. And that's when we put him to a special school. And he did well there. But again, I think each school has certain criteria for what they want to do. And they were pursuing a lot of academics. And though Varun was he was coping well enough, but our Saturdays, Sundays would just go and sitting and teaching him. And I just felt it was a lot of pressure on Varun, on us, because he wasn't able to do things that he wanted to do. I couldn't take him out because I had to finish whatever he had in school to do. And that is where we took a clear path when he turned 12 that I think this is too much. We don't want him to, let's get him into a holistic developing school, which would work on all areas. There is academics, but more functional literacy is what we would try to get Varun to do. Not because he can't learn, but that is more important in life, and something that would get him towards a career in vocation. We are always talking about jobs, but a vocation is nothing but a job, and getting him to do skills. So it was basically skill building that we worked on with Varun. And I saw that he was good at, he was not very good at math, but he was very good. He just had this knack of, he didn't need proportions, 2 tablespoons, he just could do it. So estimation just came naturally to him. Like, he doesn't know the time, but he's extremely punctual in what he does. So whether it was today's session, he knew he had to log in at 5:30. So I think those are things I kept telling teachers, that why don't you work on those rather than teaching him, hardcore math. And so despite schools doing what they do, they were trying out also. And I realized that I need to do it on my own, as to pursue things that he can enjoy doing. So we did a small vocational course in baking at the Sophia's Institute. It was just a 3 month for regular women who wanted to learn baking skills. And the teacher was very sweet enough to allow me and Varun to be together. And it was a total hands on learning. And I think I've seen our young adults are very good hands on rather than just talking about it. And that brought a change. He started baking. But of course, the hard work has to be done at home. And every day I would just make him do small portions. We did like a back chaining, and we started, first I would just tell him, do the last portion of it. Then we started teaching him, because I had to teach him even to how to measure, because all that wasn't taught. But I think over a period, it just came, but it took time. But we didn't give up. And I think the key thing is, it takes time. And I tell parents also that, maybe somebody takes 10 days to learn, we may take 20 days to learn, but we eventually learn. So be patient and be consistent in what you're doing. Similarly, his art progressed over a period, and he started doing caricatures. Now he draws people's faces. I mean, it's not learned, he's just doing it, and he's got orders for that. People say, okay, please, Varun, do it for us. So he's got some birthdays, people have asked him to do that. And art happened, and coding happened with hashtag code. And where I told the teacher, I don't know whether he's going to be able to learn coding, because I don't want it to be a pressure learning. But he seems to have caught on well with that. And photography also happened. So things are just, I think the key learning is, we didn't focus. I'm not saying don't focus on academics. Please do if you think your child is. But I think at the end of it, what suits our kids for jobs is what they're good at. And I think our kids are really good at these baking skills. They're very creative. So, I mean, why not? Maybe Varun cannot go and work out in a space because he has his challenges, but we do things from home. And that is no less, and it's in his comfort zone, and he's doing well enough. And now he's also got teaching. He's been teaching to corporates how to doodle. So that's a new thing that also has come up. So I think the key takeaway is, do not just focus on academics, but try to take it into things that your child likes doing and consistently work on it. I think there is no other mantra to it. And Varun is very diligent also. And I think you just need to keep pursuing without saying, okay, today I'm a little lazy, I don't want to do it. I think that for some time we need to continue. And then I think it just comes naturally to our children.
I mean, I think that was like a lovely way to sort of summarize it up, because it sounds like it's important to sort of tailor everything that you do to what the individual's looking for. And this applies to like all of us too. I mean, there's a tendency for us to like focus on, okay, we need to get this done by this age. Like later in life, you have to go get this corporate job and live a certain life. And I think just the beauty of the message is really identifying what everyone's strengths are and really working to that and letting them explore. So I think that was really a lovely way to sort of summarize it up at this stage. And I mean, I think just to get the last thoughts from you, I mean, Varun, is there anything you'd love to share as well?
I'm good. I don't want to share much because I'm happy to meet all of you, and I'm happy that all of you are here with me as a family, friends, and family. We all need to work together.
I love the Varun. We're so happy to have met you too. And this was just really, really lovely talking to you. And Veena, I mean, like, you really gave us that beautiful talk about like his journey and everything so far. But we'd love to get it from you as well. Are there any other last thoughts that you would love to share as well?
I think parents should just believe in their children, and there is nothing they can't do. You have to be consistent and let them do what they want to do. I think let's not put in our dreams what we wanted to do. I don't think they need to do what we want them to do. I think they need to do what they want to do. And I think that is what we've learned from Varun. And because many children want to say, no, I don't want it, and we parents never listen. But I think today we are wiser as parents today. Today, sometimes Varun says you are a pain, and you're not listening to me. But when we give him reason, he does understand. But that happens, and there he's ever waiting, for that.
Oh no, this is so so nice and really really love that note as well. I think I learned a lot through this, particularly that exploring multiple activities and interests could be a great way to identify an individual's passion. Also, that each individual could have a different pathway to success. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode filled with inspiration, support, and hope. On our next episode, we will be joined by Mala Chinnappa and Kavita Krishnamurthy, who will look at the potential of art in engaging autistic persons meaningfully. Until next time, take care, stay positive, and keep thriving.